I'm going to take the tree down.
All right.
I think I'm going to leave it up till my birthday.
Oh, okay.
You're having a birthday tree.
Not birthday tree, corn tree, now birthday tree.
I would hang stuff on it and change the seasons, like spring tree, summer tree.
Put Artie on it.
Dirty tree.
I'm sure he's been in it many times.
Right.
Hello, y'all. Happy Easter. Happy Ostara. I seen somebody talking, what does bunnies have to do with Easter? The bunny and the egg are symbols of sex and fertility, which is what Easter originally was. Ishtar, I think is how you spell it, but that's her name is pronounced Easter, or Ostara if you are German. And that's what it was. And then they turned it into the resurrection and made it about Jesus, but it was pagan like most Christian holidays. Also, let me put this in the conventual section here. Bow. I'll put that at the top. Pin the message.
We got Una with us tonight.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so stop interrupting my train of thought. So the I'm a Nasty Woman t-shirt, Jen's Aries shirt, the I don't give a F, I'm not Mother Teresa shirt that was made by Peggy. She is selling them. If you will email her at pmason50@cable1.net, I pinned it at the top too, and it's in the description as well as Ona's channel. Make sure you go and subscribe. So you can get that, and she will give you the information on how to get it. That she will give you a price that includes shipping. And if you got big boobs like me, they will be a little extra. So keep that in mind. But that is how you get in contact with Peggy, and she is selling the shirt. Thank you, Caroline. Happy Easter to you too.
She's got some extra Jen Lynn Tarot t-shirts too.
Yes, that was the other one. She has the Jen Lynn Tarot shirts. I should have had it.
Yeah, she has a t-shirt in white and gray, and also the hoodie, I think, in gray with my logo on it.
Are they cotton? I believe they're tri-blend. I don't know anything about fabrics.
Poly cotton and rayon. So they will not shrink much.
And they are fantastic.
I wear a large in the t-shirt.
Super, super comfortable. Even the sweatshirts were incredibly, incredibly comfortable and very warm. So.
And there's Peggy. So, and she also can put on your shirt what you want, not just what we have on ours, because I'm messy, so that's why I'm going to say this. But you can put what you want to on there. But like I say, email Peggy, and she will give you the particulars and all that good stuff. So there we go. So there's that. Thank you, Ona, for joining us again on Sunday.
Thank you for inviting me.
Alzheimer's brain right there says she was going to invite you, but she forgot a bunch of times. So.
I'm a bad friend, man. I'm sorry.
Did you say thank you to Caroline? Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you,
Yes,
Caroline.
Yes, Jean, we're learning how to say your name, mind you. I don't know why I can't read, but Jean. Yes, you can put the Nasty Woman shirt. Peggy makes that. So like I said, the email is up at the top. If you want this shirt, you email her and get all your particulars and so forth and so forth. I did a reading back in the day. I've done it a couple times, actually. Thank you, JC, about what would readers do after Trump. Man, have we had a busy week, huh? Matt Gaetz and his whole debacle. Like, there's always a person to replace the nasty. Always. Yes, I'm pretty sure, Jean, you can put that on the shirt. So we'll give it another 40 seconds or so, and then we will dive into that. Becca's going to sit some of them out because I got most of these questions actually from her grand tableau. And if you have not seen her, I can't fool with this. If you have not seen her grand tableau, then make sure you go and watch it. It is full of information, as they always are. And so that's where I pulled some of these questions, a lot of these questions from.
Yeah, that was Friday night.
Yes.
That must put the grossness out on Gates. Gross Gates.
He is a piece of work.
Okay.
So the first question that we're going to ask, just to be fair, this is about as fair as I'm going to be, though. Is it even true that he has solicited underage girls? That he has purchased for his extracurricular enjoyment underage people? Let's say that.
Sunflower said she's watched your grand tableau 3 times, Becca.
Oh wow. And I'm still digging stuff out of there too. It's insane.
I sent Becca a text and asked her, what did fish in the house of child mean? Did it mean what I think it meant? Like, are you actually paying for children? She said it could be. As well as a bunch of kids, it also could be. Not necessarily paying for a bunch of kids, but it could mean many kids. Because fish is like more about abundance, having multiples of something. Is it even true? I think I meant to take this card out. There.
Could you just throw it across the room? I'm done with this card.
It doesn't help me because it's not a Rider Waite card. It's one of them extra ones they throw in because they think it's autistic.
Bookmarks.
These are. Oh, don't ask me the name because I don't know. It's called the universe, but you would think that meant the world, but it doesn't because there's a world card in here. Is it even true, Ona? What you get?
I do have that it's true. I have Justice card followed by the Ace of Cups. So that's a definite yes. Followed by the Devil. Oh, who does that look like? And then I have Queen of Cups. So it's like maybe somebody is keeping it secret because fish, right? Children, water, they've been paid well enough that they're not going to say anything.
Thank you, P. Santoff.
Yeah.
What you get, Jan?
I get manipulated. Yes, here, let's go on a date. Justice also. I get Ace of Swords instead of Ace of Cups. And, let's go have a good time. Destiny, his challenge is someone in authority over him. I get the Devil too. This is something that he's trying to get away with. He bullied them. So, there was an intimidation factor, and I get the Ace of Wands. I think there's at least 8 that are going to get caught up in court. Now, 8.
Right.
8. I don't know if the 8 are adults or if it's 8 younger people or if it's 8 other people that are going to get brought in with them.
That's because we do have a question later.
Maybe questions on that, but I'm getting the number 8, so just tuck that away.
That's clear. That's a clear pattern.
Thank you, Red Lentil Healings. I get the Lovers. I get the Ace of Wands. And I get the Knight of Wands, which is my card for adult relations. And so, yeah, it's true. So, now that we got that out of the way, even though I kind of knew what I was going to say, but I'm just,
Just to explain, Becca's not reading on Gates because she did the Grand Tableau. She wanted to see what we got.
I explained that, ma'am.
Oh, did you? I missed that. Where was my head?
Because most of my, thank you, Tawana. Most of my questions came from her tableau. I was like, oh no.
Well, I was just clarifying for the latecomers.
Oh, yeah, we do have to make additional announcements. We have to tell again about the shirts and stuff, too. I need to go get the Jim Lynn Tarot shirt. I should have worn it, too.
Yeah, I need one.
Okay, so where to start? Let's look at his engagement first. We'll start from outside of the
Ginger Lucky, which I can't say with a straight face.
Ginger.
Engaged.
Ginger, you're so lucky.
Ginger Lucky.
I tell you, that's a stripper name.
Yes. Thank you, Terry.
If I was was born into that name, I'd be changing it.
I remember that one night I went live and you had texted me to ask if she was a porn star or a stripper, and I did a box spread and it was Stars Woman Whip, and I was like, there you go, there's your porn star. A celebrity female that's very sexual, like.
So let's look at his engagement if it's going to go through to a wedding.
If we're going
I want to look at his like a relationship too. She knows how to pick them, I swear.
Thank you, Marie.
Thank you, Marie. What if I'm not a Baylor fan, though? What do I do? Ginger Gates.
What a name that would be, huh?
I mean, even that.
Bad name either way. Ginger Lucky, Ginger Gates.
Ginger Lucky Gates. It's worse. Ginger Lucky Gates.
Gates.
This marriage isn't going through.
Ginger Lucky Gates. I can't with that.
Like Peggy's saying in the comment here, she was lucky to find out what a scoozy person he is before marriage.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Yeah,
You're right, but you know what? She probably might still marry that scuzzy freak.
Yeah, she might like it.
she's trying to protect herself, and she sees all these lawsuits charging in. She had planned on making it legal with him, but and it got the lover's card here. They've already been together, but I think for security reasons, she turns her back on him, climbs the higher ground, and leaves him with a broken heart.
Boo-hoo.
I think he might be spending, some time behind bars that might impede on the honeymoon.
Thank you, Letitia. What'd you get on it?
I have, this is the Night of Birds, so all this information that's coming out about him, see his like bubble head there? Like he just keeps going forward and his head's in a bubble, right? They might go through with it. Same with Jen, like, oh, it's going to be a facade, they might go through with it, right? Very skating on thin ice because they're on the river to hell. River to hell.
Row, row, row.
And in this deck, it's like the Tower, Death, and the Ten of Swords all in one card. Everything. I almost never see it.
Gabriella, we aren't doing personal questions, but if you want, Jen, Ona, and Becca all do personal readings if you want to email them. I think, Ona, do you do personal readings, right?
I haven't been lately, and we know we're opening the garden center soon, so I probably am going to taper off a little bit.
Okay. I just threw you out there like that.
Yeah. I do
So
some.
they do personal readings if you want one. So I get the Two of Pentacles and the Emperor. So he is thrown out of balance by some forceful behavior. So this is not going to fare well because I think it's kind of like the gargoyle. What's the child? I want to say her name correctly. Gifo, whatever her name is, gargoyle. Like that girl who's dating Dumpy. They all they are sort of when the going gets tough, I get running type of thing. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Hangman, thank you, Marie. The River Styx is the place where you take the dead to the other side. And the Hangman and the Wheel of Fortune, he is running out of fortune. This particular relationship. So it is going towards a very, very horrible end.
Is that an astronaut on that Hangman?
Yes, it is.
So he's got his head in a bubble, just like Ona's card.
Bubblehead.
Yeah.
He's a bubblehead.
And then there's the Queen of Swords with the Six of Wands. So she is finding her victory elsewhere because she is not tied up in his shenanigans. and she don't want to go down standing by her man. And who gets it? I mean, you can. I'm not judging nobody's situation, but who gets engaged for 4 years when you don't really need? It's not like he's being stationed somewhere. Thank you, Anna. Somewhere else, and you got to wait for him to come back home. Whatever. No. Anyway, it ends in the tower.
Yeah.
So no, and then the bubble head pops because now there's no more head. The tower come crashing through. So no, I think that ends in failure. Okay, so what is their relationship like? Is she just weird for him? Are they really in love? Or
was she?
Oh, Jenny, you froze.
Maybe she's a beard.
What were you saying?
You froze.
Yeah, was she aware he had other women on the side because he liked to share naked photos with people?
And my thing is, why? And let's okay. I won't assume, but I'm going to assume anyway. These photos, thank you, Janice, that he was sharing with people were probably not all adults. And even if they were, who stands there on the Senate floor and looks at this?
Oh, yeah.
Like, can we not do this elsewhere? Why do we have to do this right now in the middle of a public building being funded by people who are exactly?
Because he's like he's a little frat party boy that he thinks everybody else is like him. And no, we're not.
If you did that at a regular job, a corporate job, you would be fired instantly. Instantly.
Yeah.
You would be tossed out.
Yeah. Everybody would take that to HR.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I mean, that's unheard of.
Yeah. But hey, you're a member of the House. You're a representative. Do what you want. That's insane.
You're showing that to somebody who just doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
This is what is their relationship like, huh?
Mm-hmm. Because she's not. She didn't seem like she would be hard up to find somebody better than that. She's got money. She comes from, influence. Like, why him? What is their relationship like?
What'd you get, Ona?
Contractual. It's like a contract. We've got there's cooperation on a grand scale here with everybody talking. Prince of books. Almost like a controlled contract agreement. That's why I can't figure this out. I'm like, this is their relationship?
Yeah, like the daddies got together to keep all that money in the family through a marriage. But the challenge is, they're isolated from each other. They don't see each other. They probably talk on the phone or something. Thank you, Desiree. They probably talk on the phone, but she's fighting with him now.
It's dissected. It's a contract. That's all I can see here is that there really isn't anything other than, like you said, sort of keep it in the pool.
Yeah, it's a power play. It's all for power. There's no love here. There's no cups other than the family card. Keep that money in the family.
Mm-hmm.
I start with the Three of Swords.
Yeah.
That's the starting card. There is separation there. I don't really think that there might be a situation to where one of them thinks the relationship's something than it is. Maybe she thinks that, okay, one day we'll get married. But that's just me giving the benefit of the doubt. But here with the Three of Cups and the Queen of Wands, there's another woman in the midst of this too. Thank you, Patricia. There's another woman in the midst of this, or maybe multiple women's, because this is the Three of Cups, and then this is just an indication that it's female. So there might be 3 others, or there might be a bit of a revolving door to where there's many others and not just 3. It ends in the Ten of Swords. There is no relationship here. I think that the longer this goes, the worse off she'll be, especially emotionally speaking. So she should get out now while she can. Take the high road, take the low road, take the back road, take the whoever with the full card. Get out of Dodge and get out of Dodge fast. Yeah, they don't really have a relationship. I mean, I think he's a bit of a whore, and I don't think she knows it completely. All right.
Find out though. She's about to find out.
And good you find out now before you wake up with the itchies and scratchies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, she's a children. She's 26 years old.
Yeah.
And I get it. He's 38, and there's something about, maybe she has an older man thing and she likes that, and she found that interesting. But Hollywood is full of them. You have a bunch of money, go find you one. That's
Like Frankenstein foreheads.
The thing is,
Yeah.
is that she's Harvard educated. So how can you look at someone like Matt Gaetz and go, that's the kind of person I can have intellectual conversations with for the rest of my life after? Like, the guy has the mentality of a gnat, and that's an insult to gnats. That's bad.
So let's look at
Thank you, Suzanne.
thank you, Susan. How long has this been going on with these? We're going to get into the nasty part now. Happy Easter to you too, Susan. How long? Well, actually, no, wait. Let's not go into the kid part yet. Let's look at Tucker and Gates. What's the question?
You have Tucker and interviewing him, and he's like, right, Tucker, right? Like, I went to dinner with you and your wife, right? You're going to witness for me. So has he got something on Tucker? And then Tucker ends Tucker's like, no, I don't recall that dinner. And then at the end of the interview, after Matt was off, Tucker goes, that was the weirdest interview I've ever done. And just stood there like shell shocked. So what's he got on it? Does he have dirt on Tucker?
Or in the
Relationship between Matt Gaetz and Tucker Carlson. Tucker, yeah, Peggy, you're right. Tucker's face was priceless. Like,
Yeah.
oh God, I'm going to end up in court over this.
Yeah.
Greater TK.
It looked very much like Tucker was going to get thrown right under the bus there. I mean,
I just made you a witness.
And it's going to be the short butts because Matt's not too bright.
So should we ask what was going on at that dinner or something?
I just what's the relationship with Tucker and Gaetz?
Oh, I needed those. Okay. King of Swords, Empress. The company you keep. Thank you, Judy. Also, just as a reminder, Beck is not pulling cards because we are getting these questions from her tableau. So she already did them Friday. Go out and check that when you can.
It's really nice to see what you guys are getting too. Different perspective. Thank you, Judy, for becoming a new member to Tarot's Apprentice.
Thank you very much. Almost don't believe it, but
What you getting, Johnny? Because I'm right there with you.
there's some business here. This
yeah.
okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
And let's put some youth on it.
Ooh.
like
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson.
Hey.
Well, how else is he going to get a woman other than pay for it? Like, who would go to bed?
Paying for it. They're both in it. They're both.
Yeah.
They're teammates. This is. I mean, and Tucker's wife might know if that's such a thing, but
Your friends.
like, oh no, there's a blockage here between Tucker and wife, or between Ace King of, because oh boy, Gates didn't come up as King of Wands. There's a block between Tucker and wife. So between Tucker and Gates, however, there was a let's get down and party. So this is kind of like Trump and Epps. They party together. They're in the same circle together. They know the same people. They go out to the same. They got this. Let's just say the same people are in each other's telephone. They know who to call and when to call them, and so forth and so forth. They both scheme together. They both have met new people together, not necessarily at the same time. We're going to go there. That's barf making, but yeah, I think they. Oh, good Jesus. Yeah.
It's like they're a bunch of frat boys that never grew up.
Yeah, and now they have money.
They clean, friendship bonding, stealing, romance, the knight in shining armor, making plans together, foolish plans, things that are quite, full of love or whatever. They're going to regret that. But Tucker's now trying to block him because he feels like he's backstabbing him because the tower's on him now. He thinks he's going to get sprung up on his heels because there are younger people involved and it's going to court. It's not going to bode well for either one of them. It's coming in pretty fast. Karma, baby.
Dog.
What did you get?
In that interview when he said, remember, Tucker, you were there with your wife. It wasn't Tucker's wife.
Yeah.
It wasn't his wife. And he is ready, and he flipped on him. There's a little stupid page right there. Right in the interview. Right in the interview. I get the devil. And there is this woman. There's a woman, this Queen of Swords and a Queen of Wands. So more than one, and they're in it together. When he said, remember that dinner we were at? You were there with your wife. He was there, and that wasn't his wife.
He started sounding like Mitch McConnell. He couldn't get the words to come out.
Yeah, and then he was like, well, that was a weird interview. Because you do remember where it was and who you were with, and now your wife is her wheels are turning, right?
Yeah, now you're trying to deflect. Oh, that was weird. No, that was what I called the Q pose, the quiet part out loud. That's what that was.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't remember that. No, not at all. Off camera, please. So how long has it been going on? All of Matt Gates's little side shenanigans.
They've been sitting across the table from each other. He would have got a swift kick in the shin. Shut up, idiot. Thank you, Larry Buddha Boy. Nobody told Matt, get a lawyer and shut your mouth.
Right. Well, the story is nobody wants to represent him. He's been looking for lawyers and he keeps getting turned down.
Yeah. So, we're going to get that hermit card on him, Johnny, like Trump. Lawyer.
No, man, I don't know what's going to happen to him. So how long? He's 38 years old. Let me write numbers down just in case. He's 38.
Child trafficking for entertainment purposes only. YouTube. Oh God, Johnny. He can get 48 years to life if he's convicted. 48 years to life for child trafficking.
86 years old, getting out of jail if he went in.
Don't drop your soap, frat boy.
Well, he's bi for sure. For sure. That wasn't just girls.
So let's look at Nestor, his adopted son he never adopted.
Magician 1.
I get 4 years. That's how long it's been going on.
That's right. We were asking how long it's.
I have magician. So I don't have, it's not a minor arcana. I have a chart actually for dates and stuff like that. So 1, let me see what the next card is. 4, what did you say, Johnny? 4?
4 years.
4 of Wands or 4 of Swords is the next card.
I got 4 of Pentacles.
And he was elected when 16 is when he went to Congress.
Because what I get is when he joined
He should.
Congress. So 4 years, I guess.
Yeah, that would be 4 years since he got into Congress, because I think he was elected in 2016.
I think it's been going on a little longer. I'm getting 10.
Oh, wow.
And I get that hunting for a lawyer too. And I get strength card on that. I'm going to say 8 to 10. 8 to 10 that he's been doing this since his 20s. I would bet you he was like Brett Kavanaugh in college, where he was like drinking and pillaging women.
Thank you, Pam.
Yep.
So let's look at his adopted son. Well, not technically even adopted, because it was his ex-girlfriend's son, wasn't it? And
Yeah, started living with him at 12, and he's 19 now. He calls him his son, calls him his adopted son, but he never did adoption papers.
he just decided the child could stay with him instead of going to live with his mom. But where's the mother? Did she die or something?
I don't know where the mother is. He came from Cuba. So I don't know if his mother's in Cuba, but like, why isn't he living with his sister? Why is he living with Matt Gaetz? Is he using him for bait for younger women, or is he plays both sides, or?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, with the little brother of the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, they're saying in the chat that the mother of the child died a few years ago from breast cancer.
Okay.
Okay.
So the little brother.
So I would assume that, the child was younger. He must have been orphaned.
So what's the relationship like there? Oh no.
Yeah, that's odd.
I don't get the emperor like fatherly energy anywhere.
What you get on it?
I actually got that. I think they're in love. The first card is lovers, right? Then they got 2 of wands, the 9 of wands. So it's a burden relationship, and I think honestly, the girlfriend is a beard. The fiance, whatever the hell she is. And this is what's happening now. We've got Judgment. We've got the Ace of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hangman. In this deck, he's naked. This is a man he loved. He genuinely felt love for.
I think so too. Like they're married.
Mm-hmm.
Like he truly, truly loves him. Like this is his. In his mind, traditionally, like he would be married to him. He clings to him. There's the devil here, though, so I think there was some grooming and abuse involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
There's something coming out, though, that we're going to hear about in the media. But he's like the center of his attention.
Yeah,
that's where he focuses from his youth. There's something very sneaky going on. There was some power moves, so like some grooming type things going on here. Lots of travel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, I don't get anything sexual between the two, but I get strongly manipulated to the point to where what I think, because I get the Ace of Wands and the child with the Page of Swords. This child, however, is extremely manipulated here with the Magician, the 8 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, that he's telling him that you won't be anything without me, the 4 of Pentacles. Because these messages are coming with a side of betrayal. So this is heartbreak. So these are messages that are meant to manipulate or meant to even taint the person, sort of like brainwashing. It's meant to corrupt you into their way, or meant to lead you to their understanding and to block your own. And so he's kind of replacing that boy's train of thought with his own. So he is strongly manipulated in day to day, to where I would call it abusive. That's what I would call it, abusive.
So the first card was an Ace of Wands and a Page, and you don't think there's any kind of sexual relationship going on?
Well, I personally think so, but that's not what came up. What came up was telling me about his grooming him, basically. Telling him, you need me, type of thing. And then I guess if they, if he moved on to the other part, then he moved on to the other part. But what it was telling me is he groomed him first.
It just makes me itch.
That way you don't go run tell nobody, because you need me. If you don't have me, then you're going to be out and you're behind.
That's gross.
He might have used him to help lure women or something.
So, who is feeding him these children? Who is the person? Who is his go-between? Who is his go-to? Does he have a Ghislaine that he goes to?
And by Ghislaine, he doesn't mean the lady behind closed, the lady that's locked up. He means a person like her, someone that procures for him, not Ghislaine, literally. Just to clarify that.
Because Joel was providing some of them, Joel Greenberg. So maybe the question is, was there a procurer?
Well, let's look at, instead of that, let's look at we had that on here too. Let's look at their relationship and see if that comes out in there too.
Yeah, if they both had a Ghislaine.
Because Greenberg is how many charges did you say he has now?
33 so far and growing every day.
So what is the question?
We're going to look at Gates and Greenberg's relationship.
Okay. All right.
Oh, good Jesus. Oh, Lord. There's that Queen of Wands again.
I hope this video doesn't get blocked by monetized purely for entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
It's probably gone to hell by now. It's all right. I got 6 more to do this week. It'll be all right.
What'd you get, Ona?
I think their relationship is over. I think what has come out, I got Ace of Swords and 5 of Wands. So he's being knocked out. The last card, and then I have like the Hermit. So he's being isolated, he's being shut out. Like, hey, are you in there, Matt? Is the light on in your house? I don't think so. I wonder, honestly, and then he's upside down. Knight of Wands, upside down. So he's cut him off. And in the past, I got the Strength card for the past. So they had a strong relationship. They had some kind of bond, but he's been cut off. So
it's because he's in jail. I'll be right.
Like a match from that jail cell. That's what it's going to look like.
Yeah, I asked from Greenberg's perspective. Oh yeah, let's go party together. We're whoop-de-doo. Look at us, big shots. There's a kindred love here. So I'm kind of going again with, he might have been bi, doing some group parties, if you know what I mean. I'll try not to say the O word with him. The challenge was, Law came after Joel first. So he's blocking him now. Here's Joel, he's the support man. He's the one that got a lot of the plans off the ground, that they collaborated together. The money preying on some that were destitute, so grooming, preying on some that were vulnerable. Very, very young, arranging travels and moving, the payments and the gifts. And I think he's talking about Gates to the legal people. I think he's walked away from him now.
Yeah.
And he's talking.
Spill the beans.
I get that their relationship is over as well.
Yeah.
There is a woman here who is doing the procuring. Just like I got a long time ago when we did readings on Epps, I said there's a woman here, and then it's tied to the Six of Cups on top of that. There is a woman here. Maybe she has like some sort of little brothel situation to where she knows. Now, mind you, I actually made a joke about it, but even though it's not funny, but you know how I do. There's a joke about the Jared from Subways, but I was calling him, backstage, as they say. That's what Jared did too. Jared was getting the girls that he was buying from a woman too, who knew how to groom them and so forth. He said, as long as you can get him, he'll take a 14-year-old if you got it. That was what they were talking about on the phone, and that was released to the public. And this woman said, okay. And that's what's happening in this situation too. Look for Matt Gates to be religious. He's about to do the whole Bible verse thing.
He's going to find Jesus.
Yes, he's going to find him. Just, I guess, probably the same place that Roger Stone found him. And so look for him to be religious. Also look for judgment from institutions because somebody's talking. The person at the center of attention, which would be your Greenberg. Now, interesting on this Fool card, Fool is the beginning of a journey, but this in particular one, the location is crossed out and it says nowhere.
Yeah.
So this in particular person is not going anywhere in this in particular card. There is no leap of faith. There is no going anywhere.
Yeah.
I think Matt Gates right now is trapped in a bubble.
Yeah.
Now, the next question is, this is also from Becca's tableau, is he going to jail? Is he going to get actually caught up, charged with anything?
You know what, Johnny, when you were talking about that woman, it just reminded me of the tableau because it was, there's a woman there that's very significant. And at the time I thought it would be the fiance because it was key woman. Woman was in the house of fish. And then she had Bouquet next to her. And then when I followed the chain of houses, Bear was in the house of woman. So that could be a woman that's the manager of some sort of transaction or like a madame, So.
And it was, what was in the house of fish?
Child
was in the house of fish?
No, fish. Woman was in the house of fish. And then if you follow the chains, fish goes to child.
And so you had an abundance of women that were possibly, oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
There it is.
So
I'm going to ask, will he be convicted for trafficking? Because they're looking at his campaign finances and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm going to ask specifically on the trafficking.
Is anybody going to ask specifically on everything? Is he going to get convicted on
anything?
On anything.
I'm going to do that. Will he be convicted? And then I guess I'll settle for whatever it is. Thank you, Lily. YouTube, make more super stickers. All they have is the hippo and the fox and we need some more. I like that one though.
I keep pulling cards waiting to get him in jail, and I'm about to go into another deck because I don't see it. I actually see like bribery. The last card was Knight of Swords, so I thought, he gets cut off.
Yeah, for the trafficking part, I'm getting bribery, new inspiration with bribery, climbing to higher ground, being secure. He's got hope with the hope card on the bottom. He's got a circle of support that charge in for him. Something changes, moving on. He's going to be, thank you, Holly. He's going to be forced to retire. He's going to have a tower on him, I think, in the house because of Pelosi. I think he'll get forced into retiring. He doesn't like that, but I'm not getting jail for trafficking.
My end card was the King of Skates. He just skates. He skates.
So no, I don't get jail either. I do get a disappointment. So now I don't see that here, but he could maybe lose his job, or at the very least, he'll lose all reputation or something of that nature. Because he does have a disappointment here with the Five of Cups, but as you can always tell in the Five of Cups, all is not lost. There's still something there. But around justice and the Queen of Swords, I get the Six of Pentacles. There's some money in transactions here. There is also something which will, actually, I won't say that. Let's just ask it. Does he have a pocket pardon? Does he have something?
Because the investigation started under Trump. So does he have a pocket pardon?
Now, I just get that, there might be some entities and people paid off here. But
dude, if it's federal, Johnny, though, you know what I mean? This is federal, not, I can understand him skating out of Florida because it's Florida. It's just the swamp, literally and figuratively, but.
Thank you, Marjorie. Let's see. Because it ended in the Ten of Cups. Like there's a network that comes to his aid.
I think he does have a pocket pardon. I think that's going to be his legacy. Like he gets off because he's got a pardon. Because I start with the yes card. You remember when he ran to the White House, right? Like running up there to talk to little Trump. He was afraid of going to jail. He was waiting on going to jail because, young people. And I get that something, here it is. Like if he goes to court, he's going to produce this. He's going to manifest it.
And what's weird is in the Grand Tableau, his line, it's ring, child, man, fox, letter, house, garden, heart. And I was thinking about it last night. I think, and I was talking to you, Jenny, I think if I'm remembering correctly, and I was like, does he have a pocket pardon? Because he's got an exit strategy, or he is manipulating something that he has written. So either blackmailing people or he has an exit somehow.
He's got security. His dad was a state senator in Florida. He's got security through his dad. Someone, in the family, he's got security. So his dad knows people.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. That's his dad in the state of Florida. This is all federal stuff.
Well, those were federal charges on Epstein.
But
he got away with
still know each other.
Yeah,
and that was during the Obama years, and Epstein, got off with his little. Let me check myself into jail every day and go home, or every night and go home every day.
It's like I don't see it for him. And then remember when we were pulling cards last time, I got Scythe, Lily's child. If he would get convicted, and it was like, no, innocent. And I'm like, what? Am I reading this wrong? Like, there's something wacky that happens to where it's like he gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar, but he skates somehow.
There's payoffs. There's blackmail or payoffs or something right as the tower is on him.
Thank you, Kind. So there is something to pocket pardons. I will say no, even though I'm still fuzzy on that one, because I get something that would be built up over time or something that happened way back when that would sort of come to fruition later on, like the harvest card would. So that'd be your pocket pardon, something you can use later. Then I get the tower on that. So it's like there's not that, but there is yet still something with the devil card.
Yeah.
And whatever that thing is leads to a victory for him. So it's still something gross. It's still something manipulative. I'm going to say blackmail of some sort, though, because I get the hangman. So even though now, mind you, this one is a different direction. You would think it would be like this. This is not. This is how it is. It's like, so their perspective change is also perspective changed. It is now being blackmailed. There's a strategy. There's a exit strategy. There is a sneakiness to this. There's an underhandedness to this. And it is a nationwide thing. This is a network of people here with this is my America card. There's more people here. There's on the inside. So the people you would look to bring him to justice probably have dirty hands as well.
Mm-hmm.
It may even have something to do with the children and all that too.
It seems like at the time, like he's got this circle of support, and money around him and stuff. When the tower's on him and it like goes to court, it seems like he gets very emotional, like almost borderline lunacy from the burden. He might try to take his own life. I hate to say it that way, but
that's my next question.
He doesn't go to jail, like he.
That's what I got too.
Takes a little.
Oh, Jenny, you froze.
Gets Mr. Epps.
So that's my next question. What is his mental state like right now?
I have on the pardon, I do have that he was promised a pardon by the snake-faced bastard man there.
You're a man in a barrel.
The man in the barrel. And then
Pickle barrel.
I got a scent of the blessed. And if this ain't the thing I described to you about this thing around his neck earlier, about this tube of white stuff. There it is.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the tube that woman was saying that it was. And remember in the previous, before this, she was saying, I was wondering if he was going to hang himself because she was saying about the tube around his neck.
That's it.
That she was seeing on him.
So let's see.
So that's an interesting thing that you came up with there, Jen, because that's why I don't know. But
going through the tunnel to the other side there in that last card you had.
Yeah, a scent of the blessed.
So what's the question? Oh, his mental health.
But I wonder if he does it to himself or his mental state.
Yeah, I think he's very dirty, and he knows it, and that's a palpable outcome. How is his mental fitness? I'll use these cards.
He's drinking a lot.
I would too.
I would too.
He's probably in his office and in Congress taking all the ecstasy pills out and just
He's not just drinking, he's day drinking.
Yeah, I would be too. I probably wouldn't even be able to. I mean, I can't even.
He is burdened as all crap and he is day drinking.
He's doing a lot of consultation, though. He really is. He's trying to get everybody like line up, do his, get his attorneys and everything. I mean, he's really trying, but he's such an asshole. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You say what you want to say.
He's just running around like saying stuff that, like you said, Becca, he's like, He can't find anybody to support him. It's going to be a win.
Hangman again. Yep. Regrets. Hangman. Yeah, I'm not even getting the Emperor like he's got his dad around or anything. I think he goes on a trip and boom.
So his mental state, I do get drinking as well, here with the 3 of Cups. This would be more like a lavish drinking. So this means you have plenty of them. You have many of them. You can get, from like my Ace of Cups, you can get a drink or social drink. This is sloshed. Like you're getting pissed. But this is all about his image, the 6 of Wands. It's crumbling down. And the judgment is upon him. He feels actually guilty for something, might even. So this in particular, the guilt is coming from the inside as well. Mm-hmm. And this is the most dangerous kind because it follows you everywhere. You can shut the TV off and close off the internet and shut your door to your friends and family or critics or whatever the case may be. But this in here, yap, all day long, even when you're trying to sleep. When you're trying to purposely distract yourself, it's still there. It's still going. Oh, you're a piece of crap. Oh, you're a piece of crap. Remember that girl? She was only 14. And it's going on and on and on and on, and good because you did this to yourself. He doesn't know what to do. 2 of Wands, plans are not off the ground. He hasn't left the building. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know.
That card is so funny.
He doesn't know where to go, what to do.
He doesn't know how to get out the door.
Yeah. And here's the Tower. And literally your whole world is burning down, crashing down. Your thoughts are invading you. And that's the dangerous part.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you did it to yourself. It's not like somebody did it to you, so I can't feel bad for you. Okay. So, Becca, you ready? We're getting out of Gates land right now.
All right. We're out of Gates land.
We're going to take the midnight train to Georgia right now.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Next World Tarot, I think it is, Gene. I think that's what it's called. So, Georgia politics, here we go. So what I want to look at first is Park Cannon and Stacey Abrams' efforts. Will they pay off? Will they help to concrete something or help to put something concrete going forward for Georgia? Like this is not something that just the next Republican administration can come back and do again. Because I'm pretty sure this will all be overturned because economic pressure is a son of a bee.
Yeah.
But the next Republican, are they going to come do the same thing? So are Park Cannon's and Stacey Abrams' efforts to protect voting rights going to help going forward? 2021, people still fighting for voting rights. Makes no sense.
All right, I'm smelling bread, like fresh bread.
Now you're making me hungry.
So that's like yeast. That's like something that takes time to mature, right? Yeast has to be proofed and treated right, like in time. Like this will rise. Like they will rise.
Mm-hmm.
They will rise.
Wow. It's gonna take a while.
And there's an evolution to bread too, to where it was once just a loaf until someone decided to slice it. So it's like it's something that may get better over time. You make it out of different things, make it out of new things. You don't even have to use flour anymore.
These are wise women. Their challenge is to be victorious. They are steady on their feet. They're stuck and trapped right now. I get, things are changing in the crowning the reading, but the change seems to be so slow because I start out with like, oh, woe is me. Everything's still imbalanced, but they find people partnering with them eventually, like these businesses and stuff. And there's new actions, there's new legal actions. It's a big fight. They gradually start to climb to higher ground. And I get they block Brian Kemp somehow. Like they get it reversed somehow. But it's gonna, America is very emotional about this. America's not gonna stand for it.
I get a yes.
Well, y'all read. I'm gonna warm up my tea.
I get a yes.
Yeah.
What you get on that?
Yeah, I do get, I get the high priestess and the empress, right? In between, and this is going down. Somebody is making it a burden, right? It's always sort of stonewalling, right in between those two, right? But in the end, it's all like hard work, like they're collecting their data. They're doing it the right way, which takes a long time. 7 of Pentacles, right? Recognition. That's it. That's your reward. That's your reward for all that hard work. And the six of wands comes after the 5 when they're all fighting with each other. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's all about timing.
I get right off the bat that, yes, they will be victorious here with the Empress, that motherly creative energy. And then I do get the 6 of Wands. There's your victory.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that they are doing the tortoise and the hare right now. They are trying to do the slow and steady wins the race. They're not just trying to wipe out Kemp because, if you think about it, like I said, the economic pressure will take care of him. They don't really need to focus so much on what he's doing. They still do, but not so much. They need the long game because, like I said, the next person comes in, what kind of fight do you have then? Because then I have the 2 of Wands. These are plans, but not yet off the ground. And there's a 7 of Swords. There is a strategy to this. It's not just an overnight thing because before Kemp, there was not this issue. Well, not this exact issue. And so there's always, with the moon, an evolution to everything. Thank you, Jennifer. And so the evolution that is coming is the thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to make sure that in the long run, we are protected from this kind of foolishness. Because here's the King of Pentacles. This is the reliable. This is the person who is very steadfast, very, very sturdy, very, very reliable. So this is the thing that you have to wait on, though. Here at the Hierophant and the Magician. They can manipulate the government, but it is going to take a while. Not while as in the next, 15 years results, but a while as in these results can be felt for 15 years to come. So just know that people are on the ground doing what they need to do, and they are fighting a good fight.
Yeah.
So that was the first question on that. So while we are still in Georgia,
isn't that crazy how it just turned blue a couple months ago and now we're dealing with this? Come on.
Will Georgia be hurt economically in the long run? Because MLB has moved the All-Star game and everybody's praising them for it. Kemp is saying, I'm not scared of the MLB. I'm not scared of Stacey Abrams. I'm not scared of it. I'm going to fight. And okay, you go ahead and die on that hill. We'll watch you. But will they be hurt economically in the long run because of these type of policies? Will more people move out? Will more people move their businesses? Because mind you, when they threatened, what's the child name? Mike Pence, he changed course so that all these businesses didn't leave. Kemp is trying to die on this hill. So will he hurt Georgia in the long run, economically speaking?
Well, he knows Home Depot won't leave because he's a Trump supporter.
Yes.
but there's so many other companies even that aren't based there that are speaking out on this, like Target and stuff. Big corporations that are talking about this. It's like they could do something in your state, like pull some stores out or something,
Delta and Coca-Cola have already been pressured to speak out against it. There are directors and producers saying we will not produce movies there. So will it hurt them in the long run?
Movies and TV shows. There's a lot of TV shows done in Atlanta.
The Masters is still going. Yeah, I thought they would.
There's a bunch of other businesses though in Georgia. Wasn't there recently that came out?
Oh, it's tons. I mean, just look at Atlanta's the third largest city, fourth or something like that. Everything's there.
Oh, it was Microsoft too, I think, that just came out. Microsoft and somebody else.
Yes. In a surprising and alarming way. Yes, he's going to regret this. He's going to get backstabbed, because people are already in the environment taking actions. He's going to be getting the crumbs in his state. Fortune's changing in the state. He's like his little fort is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. He's trying to do this for Trump and the minions and stuff, but there's a definite imbalance that's moving in economically. He's going to be like, oh, I don't know where that came from. He's going to keep on bullying, and then eventually he's going to have to transition his message. There's so much corruption there, though. This is going to take time to play out with temperance there, but big yes is going to impact them.
Thank you, Renee. I wonder what you get.
I do have, and then I did just the Celtic cross, and the end result was that the same kind of thing. We've got the devil, the fool, the devil right next to each other. So it was a foolish mistake. They won't be in consideration when it comes to big things like, Amazon, like big things. They won't be in consideration. And the emperor's upside down. He was the one that was on top of the whole spread, and he's upside down. I could have stopped right there.
What you get,
He's gonna die on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
I get people are not negotiating. There's going to be news about losses and shutdowns. More losses. They're going to lose economically because it's like you're not letting people speak. Or you're not letting voices be heard. We're done. So.
That's what I get. I get the security, the money, the big money at that, which is a little bit more of a disaster for the state of Georgia. I mean, you making Gina Lee, we're not doing personal questions, sorry. This is the one that you can't really afford to lose at this moment. I mean, you're already still battling COVID, and you don't really need, thank you, Rebecca, a bunch of businesses moving out of Georgia. But what I see is more of a freezing here with the Four of Swords. It's like they're pulling back.
Blocking, yeah.
And they're going to stop until you make a better decision with the Seven of Cups. Like, you need to clear the air. You need to get rid of this garbage that you're trying to die on this hill. Like, at this point, it's not even about politics anymore. I think you just don't want to be wrong. And the money is still there, and it may come back in a season with the Seven of Pentacles, but right now it's moving out, and you're the blame.
I have a question though.
Okay.
It's one thing for all these corporations to come out and say we oppose this. And it's another to slide a little bit of money to the Republican Party to keep your taxes down, but when you think nobody's watching. Do you see what I'm saying? So is it really a matter of they're coming out forcefully and not just saying we're not doing business with you anymore, but also stopping their funding?
Stop funding the Republicans. Let's ask that. Let's ask, will they stop? Will a bunch of corporations stop funding Republicans?
Because there was a while back, I forgot what had happened. I think it's when the talks of all of this stuff started happening, or was it after the insurrection that a bunch of companies said, we're against this, we're not giving money to Republicans anymore. And then just a couple of weeks ago, they started giving money again. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of like talking out of both sides of their mouths almost. Sorry to interrupt with that question.
Mm. Thank you, me, myself, and I. Happy Easter.
You know, and I get that they initially get stonewalled, but then they get worked. Then they sort of work together, like Betrayal and the Moon. You know, there's this Three of Swords and the Moon, and then Eight of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Universe. So eventually, they end up sort of like it gets ironed out.
They get support again.
Support again.
Yeah, I'm getting right now, like it's bad news right now trying to get their plans off the ground. In the past, they were sitting pretty financially, but there are new actions that are being taken to isolate the Republicans. Things are changing, and it's a manipulation tactic, but it's a little bit of an image thing too, because I get like there is some security even without corporations giving as much. So I don't know if this is people like the Mercers, the Koch brothers. There is still financial security, even though some people have cut them off. And it's those Trump loving, you know, I'm going to hang on to my money and the greed and help me climb to higher ground and keep hanging on to all my money. So I think there are some companies that are going to still back them.
Oh,
What you get, Becky?
I get that there's some achievement here which that they were satisfied with. So perhaps the gifts, and gifts meaning ridiculous corporate tax cuts and ridiculous executive pay, but then there's distance. So it's almost like they'll distance themselves because it doesn't look good, but this is what sticks around.
It's image.
You know what I'm saying? It's only like a temporary thing, you know?
I get it's a threat of withholding with the King of Pentacles. This is the people that are issuing out the money. Then the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a show, I always say, because it's the Pope and the whole grandiosity of it all with the triple crown and the triple staff and the triple this and it's something that's old as man. So it's the morality of it all. It looks bad. And then here with the Eight of Wands, we're talking about cutting people off with the Five of Pentacles. And we can make this rough for you. We can make this tough for you, blah, 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 blah. And then eventually the money freezes, but it comes back in with something new. So they may not fund Kemp, but they'll fund Republican B.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we can cut the money off. We can at least threaten to cut the money off, but we're not going to abandon you totally. Because, you know, you still need the regulations and tax cuts. So we got to get an R in there somewhere.
Yep.
It's not you because you're making us look bad. Mike Pence Jr. Okay. So can we take a look at the not voting laws, Georgia politics going forward? Now, they eked out some blue in this last race. What are they going to do in the next race now that all of this bad publicity has surrounded the Republican Party? Because never underestimate the power of a Democrat to completely mess things up. So you got this one kind of handed to you, so make sure you keep on what you're keeping on. Maybe Stacey Abrams should run again. Oh, commercial break. This t-shirt was made by Peggy in the comments, Peggy Breen. You'll see her email is up at the top. She made this one. She made Jen Lintero's shirt that I've worn, that we all worn before, that has Jen's logo on it with the dragonfly, and it says Jen Lintero. There it is there. She made that one. And so if you want this shirt, if you want that shirt, if you want a shirt of your own with your own saying on it, Peggy can get that for you. Her email is up at the top. And it is also, I'm going to post it once more time and again right there. And you email her and you get all the particulars back and forth there. Also, go subscribe to Honest Tarot. That information is also in the description. And if I was better at moderating, I'd actually have that to post in the chat, but one of you responsible people can do it. There it is. Thank you, lucky girl. Yes, if you want Jen's shirt, just get with Peggy there too. I don't know what you get.
I'm not getting, I was thinking what the weirdest thing, and I don't know how to interpret this, is, well, we've got like the world card here. We've got nine of Pentacles. So that's about freedom of, and then we've got the past. Six of Cups. Weird thing is the Wheel of Fortune upside down. Reversed Wheel of Fortune.
Reversal of fortunes.
Reversal of Fortune. And the card following that is Temperance. So like a shift. Like everything I think is going to shift upside down.
Yeah, I'm getting it's going to go a little bluer.
Yeah.
I've got my Stacey Abrams card here. Like, she's just not having it, and people love her. So she's trying to go through the gaslighting of Brian Kemp and his sneaky ways. I think she gets this through court somehow. I think some of the court cases are going to help them get back in power. So I think Brian Kemp's going to have to, and the Republicans, they're going to have heartbreak and have to walk away. They get blocked somehow. And so I think they're going to flip a lot of seats, even within the state legislature, so that they have people working together more. But I do think it's going to court. It's a lot of cards and a very drawn out ordeal.
Mm-hmm. I asked about the future of the Republican Party in Georgia. I got Clouds, Crossroads, Clover, Scythe, and Child. They're going to remain small. They remain small. They're uncertain about elections with Clouds and Crossroads. There's uncertainty or trouble there with elections because their luck has run out. It's been cut away. and they remain small. So even if by them trying to cut people out of voting, there's the uncertainty, there's the when, but it's only small. It's only small. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they stay small. It's not like we're going to keep people out of voting so that we can win by majority, because center to the reed is the win, the clover, but it's followed by scythe. You don't win.
Mm-hmm.
Small. So that's what
I get the 8 of Swords. This is supposed to be a foregone conclusion because they kind of have it rigged that way to where, there's certain elections in this country are pretty much not up for grabs. Like there should be always a Republican in Florida, Texas, Tennessee, Alabama. The places that are always red. Mm-hmm. Like there's no chance that thank you, Elephant Wildlife, that you're going to get a Ku Klux Klan, that you're going to get a person to be Democratic in Florida. But here with the 8 of Swords, it's supposed to be that way. But here with the 5 of Swords, someone comes in with a little more force this time. There's also something heavy-handed that sort of ruins the reputation, which is what you get with this voting crap. The 4 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. Someone comes back. This is nostalgia. So I don't know if Stacey's going to run again, but you will hear her voice. So whatever the case may be, she will be present, which will give people the sort of the jump start, the fire to say, what happened last time? Let's not do it this time. You don't want a Donald Trump type thing to happen in each of these states, to where it's supposed to go one way and then nobody gets involved and then it goes the wrong way. Mm-hmm. So this is putting a fire under people. So she's sort of coming back from the past, sweet memories, nostalgia. Whoever was supposed to win, they get blocked with the 4 of Swords, 2 of Swords. So he is supposed to be someone who can just slide right back in, I guess. But somebody who is there already has to go away with the 8 of Cups. And right now, there is no candidate for sure on the Democratic side. So there's still a bit of an unknown thing happening here. But behind the scenes, there is some talking. So just know that there is someone emerging. So politics going forward, I think Democrats have a very, very, very good chance because he handed it to you. He tried to do this racist thing and take away everybody's rights. And just like Trump handed it to Biden with the way he handled COVID, not to mention all his other scandals and schemes. So he handed it to you. All you got to do is run it across the touchdown. So we'll see. Thank you, bro. All right. Speaking of Trump, though, their favorite president had some recurring charges that, now mind you, okay, I'll give them this one teensy little out. Nobody reads terms of service and agreements because it's 99 pages long and sometimes it's full of jargon and it's full of things that just repeat. And so
they make it smaller and smaller to make it harder to read.
It's like, do you agree to terms of service? Click here. No, I'm not clicking there. Just click the checkbox and let's go to the next page, please. And so most people do that. And unfortunately, Donald Trump, I have a follow-up question already. Donald Trump has done this. What is the question we actually want?
Well, he like charged people, like they signed up for a donation like $500 and they thought it was a one time, and then he would hit them again and again and again every week and bankrupt people, like just drain, like he did these reoccurring payments. And there were $64 million that was requested to get reimbursed to these people. So my first question is, are these people going to get their money back that he's bankrupted?
$64 million.
$64 million. Like, you guys that work hard for your money and you gave to him, and then he took more and more and more. He doesn't care about you. He just doesn't care.
You gave money to Trump. to the tune of $64 million.
That is
He's a billionaire.
that you want back. Now, to be fair, since we were being fair, Biden's donations for the same time frame, he had about 5 million requested refunds.
So a lot of people didn't know this was recurring. So like I give you a little out because nobody reads it. But
Biden's wasn't set up as recurring.
Yeah, I got that there's ignorance there. See, oh my goodness. Oh, look how popular he is. Let's go pay for it. That happened to me once with shampoo, like one shampoo. I kept getting it in the mail. I'm like, why am I getting all this shampoo? It was like $15 a month. I didn't know. It just kept coming.
I just don't understand, why are they giving him money? Do they think he's running again in 2024?
Yeah.
No, this was money that was given for the 2020 election.
Oh, okay. And they're still taking their money?
No, they kept, like, once they did it, they kept taking and taking leading up to the election. So, like, if somebody in September gave $500, or say somebody gave $100, they came back like 2 days later and took another 100 and another 100 and another 100. So your bank account was like drained.
Mm-hmm.
But are they still taking people's money out to this day, though?
No, if people opted out, they are not still taking it, but they're trying to get reimbursed for all the money they did take.
But what I'm saying is that operation, does he still have that operation?
He still has it. They just not. They're the people who who wanted to opt out. They're not doing it anymore, or they're not getting charged anymore.
But why would you donate to him? He's not running for office.
You know what? When I saw that Tucker Carlson interview on YouTube with Matt Gaetz, I read the comments, and people think he's coming back. Some people think he's coming back.
You got the My Pillow guy saying that he's coming back in August. He's going to be this August, in like a couple of months. He's going to. I can't.
And in August, they'll move the goalpost again in August.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to court, big time.
Oh yeah.
I get a yes, they get their money back, but only through the courts, because it's like crash bang. It's definitely going to the courts. There's something that was lied about, but in the meantime, Trump's hanging on to their money. It's a power play. He's the bully. He's got your money. He stole it. He's sitting on his little throne with your money. Thank you, Agape. There's like a hidden clause that they didn't read. So something wasn't blatant enough, and that's going to go to court.
Yeah. I got to check that noise.
Because they were saying like a couple of the boxes were pre-checked. And I can't remember what the second thing was, but one was like the recurring payment. And the other one was, I can't remember what it was for, but they were pre-checked. And if you didn't notice those boxes were pre-checked, you were screwed. Thank you, Chris.
I get no. It may be because they may not be able to mobilize to go to the court, or don't have the money to get a lawyer to take him to court. But I get no.
Because he took all their money, so it's going to have to depend on somebody else doing pro bono.
Yeah.
You know what card came up now this time, right? They're asking for the money, okay, and now they're trying to dissect it out of them. See? Dissect it out of him. Because he forced.
Oh God, Ona.
Here it is again. I'm sorry to get you kicked off the YouTube. I'm sorry if I get you kicked off the YouTube. And yeah, they're just enjoying what they forced you to do.
If you get anything out of him, that's the end you're going to get it from.
That's where it's coming from. I'm telling you, it comes in and out of there. That's just, I swear, oh my God, that is just sick.
Maybe he lost some more voters.
The first thing I get is the Nine of Pentacles. This is big money. This is a lot of money, and it's a lot of personal money. That's my card for personal money. And mind you, we're not even talking, hundreds of thousands. It could be like we were talking about earlier, the 500. If all you make a month is 1,000, 500 is everything in the world to you.
That's right.
And so, yeah, it's personal money, and it's big personal money because it kept happening. But here with the Page of Wands, there will be a lot of talk about it. We have not gotten to the action part yet. There is a scheme. There is a strategy, but there's also a blockade with the Emperor and the Seven of Swords. These people know how to work around stalling you to the point to where you give up. There is an interest here with the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Some people will get it and some people won't. And I think those who get it have the ability to go get it. Those who get it have the drive and determination, and it's about the principle to go get the $20, $50, $200, whatever you gave him, or whatever you didn't intend to give him that he took. But the majority will stay with him.
8,000 from that guy in hospice, Johnny. It was that guy was on $1,000 a month, and when he sent $500, it was recurring every 2 weeks. So by the end of the month, he had drained you. You had no money, zero. There went your whole $1,000, giving it to a guy who's a self-proclaimed billionaire who doesn't need money. And
for what?
People like that are not going to be able to get their money back because they don't have the means to do it.
So what was your follow-up question, Johnny?
What's his next thing?
What's his next grift?
Yeah.
He's got to have another grift going, right?
Because he's taken from the RNC still. So what's his next thing?
It's Trump's next grift.
He gonna sell pillows too? Could sell hemorrhoid pillows with that card. Which is what's his next?
Oh, these money cards flying out.
How can you give him money at all?
All right.
And we're talking a person who didn't have to buy ads because the media gave him free attention.
Like, why would you give him money? What makes you think that what you give is going to help this man?
At all.
Ever. Right?
Who was it that had said, I forgot who had said that all you have to do to erase this is convince them somebody else has taken their money and they'll gladly open their pocketbook up for you, like something along those terms. Like he pleads to people's emotions, and they get blinded by it and just, here, take everything I have.
Good old Fox News. Always convince you you're under attack by somebody.
And these people.
What you get, Becca?
I get man, which is him, is going to be persistent with the anchor about raising people's emotions and getting them to join or commit to something new that he has, but it's a form of elevation the storks. Because I asked what was his next grift, but it's like it's a contract, a promise, or some sort of commitment or something that they agree to that changes here. But it all has to do around people's passions and people's change of hearts. But it's like a persistent, continual contract, though. But the terms of the contract itself change.
Subscription service.
Yeah, so maybe like some sort of a subscription service, maybe. But it's a contract and there's a renewal, but it sticks. And then it improves and improves and improves.
It's going to be something like Trump Stakes, where you sign up for Trump Stakes and it comes every month because he's going to return to doing something he's done in the past. So he's already anxious because he's, doesn't have any money. And his challenge is to work hard. He doesn't want to work hard. So, and he's getting ready to go to jail or go to court. So he comes up with this inspiration to do something he's done in the past. It's going to be like abundance, like, oh, I'm going to give you so much, like you get all this, but there's a big imbalance in what he ships to you. And a lot of people want to like walk away and he won't let them out of the contract. A lot of people will be waiting on their product and won't get it. Whatever this is, it will eventually end, but it's like, it's contractual with Trump. It's a grift. The devil's involved. Of course, whenever the money's involved, it's pretty big money. It's a family endeavor. So it's got the Trump name on it. Whatever it is, it's something with the Trump name on it. And he's just like flinging it out there and he secures a bunch of money. People eat it up. So it's going to be something along that line. Like you sign up for Trump steaks and it's delivered.
It's recurring. It's recurring and there's like a membership to it.
Yeah.
But the membership or the contract itself changes and improves for him.
Yeah.
So much
like
for the
if you don't keep watching the emails coming to you and you don't realize he's changing the contract.
What you get on?
Because I'm looking at all the cards and then I get more and more stuff. I think around September there's going to be some kind of an announcement that he's cooking something with people, right? And then I get like 8 of Swords, like in between cards that are positive, there's things that are binding, that are difficult. Also, you know what this makes me think of? Futures like,
investments.
Yeah.
Invest in it. You can be a part owner of my company.
Right.
It has no value whatsoever if you talk to the tax people.
Right. Another sort of thing like that. 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, sort of tucked in between 3 of Cups, like this wave of up and down. It's not really clear. And the Hermit at the end, all by yourself again in the jail with the light on. Bummer for you.
I get 3 things, and they may be happening over a period of years. There's some sort of manipulation with life. So I don't know if he's going to have Trump life insurance or are they going to sell Ivanka coffins? Because I know she had something to do with coffins at one point, because I get life and the 10 of Swords, and it's something to do with one of his kids. So
like life and death.
Yes, there's somebody selling something to do with life or death. So they're either selling insurance, selling coffins, selling plots. They got a piece of land you can buy that's, maybe a burial ground for deranged people or something. I don't know, but there's something to do with life and death there too that they're trying to sell. There's also a subscription thing here that something is delivered to you on a monthly basis type thing. It is imported. So this is not American made, because nothing he makes is, even though he talks about China like a dog, everything he makes is from there. So there's something.
And Ivanka too, all of her patents she's got over there.
There's something coming from overseas. It is ordered. There's also something to do with his resorts. So there might be resort memberships. I wouldn't think that he'd be making another one or building another one, but whatever the case may be, there's something about resort memberships or somewhere you can go to spend a lot of money and have a good time. So he's trying to up that and push that out too. But you go there and you can have a decent time, or at the very least you can make connections, because you have to fight the bed bugs and the old food, but you do you. But maybe you
like Trump cruises or something.
Yeah, some sort of resort type thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Water, so you can gamble all your money away and get God knows what on those.
Watch him, since he loved rallying so much, watch him try to be like some sort of motivational speaker or something.
Something like that, maybe. They talk about himself the whole time.
This is how I became a billionaire. Like,
what a dumb bunch of galoop.
oh, Jesus.
So Roger Stone told Alex Jones, there's a sentence. Roger Stone told Alex Jones, get ready to be arrested. Why?
Okay.
Who says a thing like that to a person?
Oh,
Get ready, Alex. They're coming for us.
I can
And he said,
feel his teeth grinding. Remember that video when he was grinding his teeth and he was so angry? I could feel that squeaky jaw thing going on. God, what a creep.
that video was hysterical.
Ooh. Roger Stone thinks Alex Jones is in trouble? Okay.
And we know Stone's got ties to the Peanut Butter Boys and Oath Creepers.
My first thought was they're trying to plan something else. And maybe that's the thing they're going to get arrested for. Because this one's going to have their fingerprints all over it. And they're not going to try to hide it, maybe. Well, let's see.
I'm going to say it has to do with the insurrection and the money trail.
I'm going to say it has to do with the insurrection and the participants of that insurrection that destroyed things, that are a bit crazy, that are confused and agitated and perhaps killed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
because they were trying to delay something. Yeah.
Apparently ties to the White House. Their challenge is they were friends with the idiot in the White House. There's money exchanging hands that's going to come out. And who was signed up for the defense part at the rally is what I'm getting. Judgment coming down on it. Like they hired the emissaries for the king, and vehicles are involved. So buses and stuff, like how they got them there. All these people, like there's contracts involved. And that's going to burden them and give them some anxiety.
I mean, look at all these horrible cards I pulled. Coffin, cross, mountains, clouds, mountain. I mean, I pulled basically every horrible card.
Yeah, weapons and emotions, you know.
Wow. What did you get, Miss Ona?
I got pretty much the same thing. There's being foolish here. And I'm pulling the cards that are comparable to the ones that already came out. The truth coming out, right? People working together underneath that. The tower. Oh, I'm sorry. These two are right next to each other. The tower and the 10 of wands. They fell right next to each other. And after that, the Hierophant.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get Queen of Swords. I don't know why or who she is. Or how that's falling into the place here.
I get inevitability. Like this is something that is bound to happen. Mm-hmm. It's not something you can escape. It's going with the territory. So whatever it is, this is just bound to happen. Now, the cards reveal there's a fight. There was a fight. There was people involved in that fight who were behind the scenes with the High Priestess. That would be them. Someone died, 10 of Swords. Yeah. Someone also was pushed out or hidden away. These would be all your people hiding and running for their lives, I suppose. And then there's the Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles, which means that you two had a financial and emotional, not emotional as in emotions, but emotional as in people, stake in this. You knew people who were involved. You know people who are involved. You have financial ties to people who were involved. And so, yeah, that's why. Because somebody, I guess a little birdie came and told you, hey, they're getting close to us. So get ready to be arrested.
Didn't they arrest the guys that were providing Roger Stone's security the day before and or the day of the said insurrection? Didn't those two get arrested?
I think so.
So we'll switch gears, and Biden's infrastructure bill. How likely is it to pass?
Lucy's rubbing on my hands and arm while I'm trying to shuffle. Say hello to everybody.
Lucy Lowe. Are you in the garden this morning?
She
Let's
was
see.
eating catnip and looking for Easter eggs.
Back here somewhere.
Rarely comes up.
Think about this. We were doing that today, and they're doing construction on the bridge over the river, and we're on top of it. And I'm like, oh God.
There's little Lucy, all nice and pretty.
She got her first flea treatment today, so she's got an oily spot on the back of her neck.
Moose is going crazy, running up and down the stairs. He doesn't know what's going on in his life.
Oh, mercy.
I think yes. The challenge is the Republicans, of course, but I think they're working out all the details. There's a commitment to it and new action. I get strength behind it and money behind it. I think they may vote on this rather quickly, but I get a yes.
I only pulled one, and that would be a yes.
The first card I pulled was Nine of Cups. Definitely, we've got, and then there's just some stuff in the way, like money things and stuff like that. Four of Pentacles is in the way, so prioritizing, I guess. But Eight of Wands is the final outcome. It's like boom, boom, boom. Good.
I get the Tower and the Lovers here first. There's somebody on the dim side that you may need to wrangle.
Oh,
Yeah. There's the action here, the Hierophant here, and then the Ten of Swords here. You need to get whoever this lone wolf is on the same page. Pull them to the elevator and say, hey, do you like your kneecaps? Whatever you got to do, make sure that they stop all this foolishness. In the end, Kamala comes in, or some woman of influence. I will say this as Kamala because that's what it's always been. So she may have to exercise some sort of authority here. They may have a 50-50, and then boom, here she comes. But yes, there's a bunch of little stupid foolishness, goofiness in the way somebody's trying to slow things down. Somebody's trying to mess things up, but there is some victory with the Six of Wands. But politics as usual.
That looks like a nicely paved road.
Yes.
At last, right?
Up to that.
Nice, well, like.
So one more of his. Oh, we got some time. One more of his administration with two more. The EPA going forward. He just fired a bunch of the people Trump put into place.
Thank God.
So, and we have to remember. Excuse you. It's only been 3 months.
75 days. 75 days. But they've rolled back every environmental protection we had, I think.
Didn't he also lift the ban on hunting wolves?
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
You name it, he did it as far as the environment. You can dump polluted water back into the streams and rivers. You can,
We're looking at you, Florida. We're looking at you.
Okay, Lucy has given me a little corner of the desk to read.
She's like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna like give myself a bath here. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freda said yes, he did. Because why do you need to hunt a wolf? So what is the point? You're not making wolf jerky. So why do you need to hunt the wolf exactly?
I don't, Johnny, he did stuff just to deregulate for the sake of deregulating. Like,
Yeah, like they did with the lead bullets. They said, oh, you can make them again. Like, why? Why do you even need lead? You don't need lead bullets.
why would you need to go out and hunt a wolf? You're not going to eat it. You're not going to, it's just because you want to go out there and be an a-hole and kill an animal for no
Just
reason.
killing stuff.
Something to mount on your wall.
And mind you, wolves almost went extinct in this country, and it wasn't until we put them under protection that we finally were able to rehabilitate the population.
Mhm.
And if you get rid of that, guess what? You just threw the whole environment out of whack because you just destroyed the natural predator. You know, so
See, that's different though, Mary. She said they kill farm animals. Killing a wolf, if it's endangering your livestock, is different than hunting.
yeah,
Right.
hunting
You
a
go
wolf.
out and find this wolf and then shoot it. If it's endangering your livestock, then absolutely, you do what you need to do to protect your house because it could get you too. But you went and found this wolf to shoot it. Like why?
Just like when he lifted the ban on people bringing back trophies from going to Africa and killing endangered species. Why?
Killing elephant,
Because
cut off
Don
its tail.
Jr. and Don Jr. wanted to go out there and kill stuff. Like, why do you need to kill an elephant? Why? You're not going to eat it.
Yeah.
It's just cruel. It's cruel. It's cruel.
Thank you, Linda.
Well, somebody else go first because Lucy decided to sit on my cards. After she left me one corner of the table, she took that corner.
She's keeping him warm.
He's like, Mama. What did you get, Miss Ona?
I got there is going to be some there, you know, when the Two of Pentacles comes up in here, there is some balance. They are creating balance. And again, in between a lot of openings and closings are getting shut down and come up. But I honestly, the Ten of Swords reverse, and that's like, and this is all these pins in the back, plucking out these people that were in place there that weren't really appropriate for their positions, and slowly pulling the pins out. And I get there is going to be some balance, but it's going to take some time. We've got patience, Seven of Pentacles. Maybe 7 years. That's how long, you know, each pentacle is typically a year. An inspiration.
I'm getting he's going to focus on transportation, like cars, you know, transportation things first, and get people working together. Yeah, he may even tie it into like this bill that he's trying to get passed, infrastructure, because there's stuff in there for rail lines, like, you know, high-speed rail and stuff. Things that have been broken down in the past is what he's going to build back up. But it feels transportation related to me. We're burdening our environment too much with it is what I'm getting here, and he's going to do something to try to emissions, gas, that kind of stuff.
Climate change stuff.
Change it, and he's got a lot of support for it. So I think that's where he'll make his first inroads. What'd you get, Johnny?
Did you go back?
Oh, no. For the EPA, I got mice, woman, sun, child, and moon. There's been a lot of destruction, decay, something that's expired or contaminated, but there's a woman that may be new or younger that's very successful in steering that in the right direction, and also quite possibly new energy. because of this new energy here that is very much recognized, very marketable. So I don't know if this is in regards to green energy or moving towards green energy because it's new.
Solar and wind. Yeah.
So it could be solar energy. This is the sun energy, but this is EPA though. So, and I don't get gases or anything, but there's before everything, there's destruction, something that's been diminished, losses, contamination. And then there's new energy here that's cleaner. See what I'm saying? And it comes from this woman. I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is somebody in his EPA or perhaps a woman that's pushing for this. But that's what I get for EPA.
So push for like sustainability.
Possibly.
There is something here that causes a lot of loss. It's not a huge, it's enough loss that it is felt for generations if it's not corrected. So this has something to do with water, with the Page of Cups as well. So there's going to be regulations on water, wastewater, that type of thing. There's also some fines here that get caught up in the courts. So there is some sort of, we want to fine people for this, but that gets litigated and litigated and litigated. Who knows if that ever happens in his term, but there's something about issuing fines here. And now these companies can still be stopped from doing it, but it's kind of like, you need to stop doing this by 2026. And it's like, okay, so up until then, they can still do it. And then after that, they'll start issuing fines, but then the fines are something that's in the courts forever and ever and ever. Here with the Six of Wands and the Empress, there will be some sort of cleaning about the air. There's some sort of the thing that gives life. So that's what I kept hearing with the Empress card. So we're talking breath, talking air. So there's something clean in the air here. This is felt, however, economically for people who manufacture things. So this may be the cars here with the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Now, mind you, when Obama was president, the car companies were on board with the 33 miles a gallon or something like that, and then Trump rolled it back. And then, now, mind you, all he had to do was literally nothing, and he did it anyway. But there is something coming here about car emissions or something to do with cars. I don't know if it's just emissions, but cars.
Obama gave rebates to, like electric cars and stuff like that.
I remember when Trump did that too, Johnny. He wanted to get rid of the regulations, and some of the car companies pushed back, and they're like, "No, we're going to keep these because it's a smart thing to do." And then he tried to punish the companies for not rolling back the regulations, like
because they're smart. They knew he wasn't going to be there forever.
There is also some strength around probably renewables here with the Nine of Cups, because the Nine of Cups to me is wishes, pie in the sky. So this is something that the Democrats say that this is going to be the best thing for us moving forward. And then there's the critics that say solar energy is not the best and wind energy is not the best and this energy is not the best. And so this is still some debatable thing here, but there's going to be some strengthening around renewable, which means probably a really bad thing for the coal and all that industries. But yeah, EPA is going in a good, well, it always was until you switch administrations. And then, well, until you switch parties. And then it goes to hell in a handbasket. Okay, let's do your funny question, Gia.
Is the Easter Bunny real?
I got the wrong cards. Oh well, let me use them anyway.
I love to ask questions like this at Christmas and Easter, and thank you, Carol. Just to see how it comes out in the cards.
Thank you, Carol.
I get that it is a promise or some sort of an agreement, a cycle with a pet or a friend, quite possibly a pet or a little animal that has to do with abundance and prosperity. So like Johnny was saying, Easter Bunny because of fertility and
Mhm.
so yes, the Easter Bunny is real. As an animal.
I get it's really an owl. It's not a bunny. He just dresses like a bunny on Easter because he really wants to eat all those eggs that he's stolen from people. The Easter owl.
I get it depends on your perspective. So, if you like to look at your dreams and try to manifest things is what I'm getting. Steady comes, delivers, maybe even a little bit slow, travels all around the world, but depends on your perspective. There's a strong chance he's real.
I get universal light, so it's a deity of some sort. This comes from the inside. That's the spirit chakra, that one. That's my card for adult relations. And this is the card for quick adult relations. So kind of like a bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
And then it's thank you, Nancy. It's kind of up to you here with the Eight of Swords. How do you see things from where you stand? The Easter Bunny is a symbol of Ostara, or Easter, as her name is pronounced. And she is the symbol, or she is the deity of sex and fertility, the egg and the bunny rabbit. So that's where they come from. So yes, she is real if you believe it. Just kind of like, not Santa Claus, but it's kind of like that.
We have the Easter kitty in this house because her big fluffy haunches looks a lot like a bunny sometimes.
Okay, so tomorrow, I'll try to make this fast because water doesn't stay in your body, and it is telling me that at the moment. Tomorrow is Monday, Susan Lynn, Psychic Medium, and Red Lentil Healing will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for ghost stories. And I made fun of them because they tell them in the daytime. But they're going to do Ghost Stories Part 2 tomorrow. Then Tuesday, I will be live with Adrian and Autumn from Orange, not say Orange and Black.
Yeah,
Orange Tarot. Tuesday, we will be live, and I will do the rest of the questions we did not do today, and then I'll have a whole heap more. Already got 11. And then Wednesday, it will be Adrian and Lauren Margulies, and we will be doing a manifestation reading on Wednesday, to where we will be, from a spiritual perspective, teach you how to manifest love, and teach you how to get over loss, and teach you how to get over trauma, and teach you how to manifest joy in thy life. I will be using Oracle and Tarot, and Lauren will give us some perspective from an astrology point too. Thursday will be me and Dana with You Ask Tarot, and we will be doing some more political and garbage questions like we did today. Friday, it will be Sienna. Go ahead.
The Ghost Stories is on Adrian Red Little Healing.
Yes, it's on Adrian's channel.
Okay. Somebody in chat was asking.
It's not mine. I just wanted to mention it because I'm not going to be on tomorrow. I might be, but not for sure. Friday, it will be Sienna Rose Metaphysical, Adrian from Red Lentil Healing, Tony from Shining Hawk Healing, and we will be doing past, present, and future energy reads.
And if y'all haven't seen Shining Hawk, Tony from Shining Hawk, she's the voice. I love her voice.
Yeah.
She's got the most relaxing voice.
And then Saturday, we will end with me and Blissful Divination. We will be doing some more political and non-political, and even some pop culture reads.
Nice.
Yes, tomorrow on Adrian's channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, her and Susan Lynn, Psychic Medium, will be live with their Ghost Stories Part 2. So y'all check that out. And then I will be live every day at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with all that other stuff I just said. So thank you, Ona, for joining me again.
Thank you for having me. Make sure you guys check out this lineup. This is an incredible week, Johnny.
We're going to have fun.
It is.
Grunty.
amazing.
And if you want shirts, make sure you get with Peggy, pmason50 at cable1.net. Thank you, April. And we will see y'all.
Yeah,
Well, some of y'all.
I'm laying low this week because next week we're back on my channel, and then Tuesday night is my 60th birthday bash.
Birthday bash, be there or be square or be triangle, but make sure you're there. So I will see y'all Tuesday.
Bye, everybody.